looking at the table situation, I'm going to briefly summarize this. Manchester City playing Monday night against Burnley. Some of you, by the time you listen to this, the game will already have taken place.
Yep.
If Manchester City fail to win, then Liverpool can win the title on Wednesday against Crystal Palace with a victory. If Manchester City win, Liverpool need to beat Palace and hope that Manchester City drop points on Thursday against Chelsea. So that's kind of the scenario. So I'm going to go out on a limb here, since I don't think anybody believes Liverpool will not be champions. I'd ask you this, Frank. Does it really matter if it takes Liverpool a little more time to win the title? I mean, this season stands on its own, or does it feel like it's almost two seasons? There's like, almost like in South America, you have the Apertura where they were fantastic.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the Clausura where they just kind of manage the situation. And I mean, nobody's going to remember this. It's not going to impact this or take anything away from the absurdly good season that Liverpool have had and from the 30th title, right?
Hi guys, first, and hi everybody. That was a long question. I think that question started before the pandemic, and I want to answer now and give you the answer. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, and in a way, it's very, very sad for the Liverpool fans and the club to, in fact, celebrate sooner or later a title with no fan in the crowd, with a season, as you said, Gab, cut in half, and with a, in fact, very strange end of the season. But it doesn't really matter. We see since the beginning of the Premier League, the restart of the Premier League, that teams are not ready, that the pace of the game is very slow. People try to find back their pace and the physical rhythm and strength. So it's hard to judge the players. We shouldn't. We have to wait like 3-4 days before we can do so. And for Liverpool, it's the same. On top of it, they know they're going to be champion. I mean, you can summarize the everything and say, well, if this happened, that happened, it's going to delay it, but that sooner or later, Liverpool's going to be the champion, and they deserve it. And there is, I think, in anybody's brain, in the Premier League players, doubt about the fact they're going to be the champion. The fight is not there. The fight is about who's going to be in the Champions League next season, who's going to go down. But we all know that Liverpool soon is going to be the new champion, and Manchester City is going to end up second. That's for sure. So for the player, it's hard to be even motivated. They don't want to get injured. They want to restart slowly but surely, because they stop for a period of time that normally never you have, because or you have because you are injured, but normally you don't have that kind of time. So it's hard for any players to cope with the situation. So the better, and I think it's what most do, is to go slowly but again surely.
Frankie, do you think that there's still a lot of records that they can beat? The record of points, obviously, is still reachable. They can continue the home unbeaten run, that kind of stuff. Do you think that could be an incentive to go with what you've just said, that of course they've already won it, even if mathematically it's not done yet, but they can still focus on beating all those records and do as well as they can for those records? Or do you think that's very secondary?
Yes, at least it's secondary now because of the pandemic. I think it would have been a goal for them if they could have carry on and finish the season in one way. But because of the pandemic, the stop of the Premier League for a couple of months, it doesn't really matter now. I think the goal change is just to finish well. And that effect, I think they wanted to beat the record of being champion the soonest, but now because of that, I think we don't think about that anymore. We just all know that Liverpool is going to be the champion, and we don't really care if they beat the record of points because that's not what it is. We are all only happy that the Premier League is back, that they restarted it. And I think about the Ligue 1 in France, where we're not going to see the end of the season, and that's completely stupid, seeing the other European Championship restarting. But we're only happy to see the Premier League back and being finished and to name a champion at the end of the season.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.